Hello, everybody, and welcome to this video where I am talking to David Pond, Master Level Astrologer. David Pond is here to talk to us about the presentation that he's giving to the virtual healing retreat I'm producing, which is happening on June 18th and 19th. It is called Harmonizing for the Cosmos, or Harmonizing with the Cosmos. So, David, hello and welcome.
Well, thank you, Marie. Thank you for that warm introduction.
Oh my goodness, I'm so glad that you're able to participate, to be here. And so tell the audience just a little bit about you. I know most people know you, especially from the different conferences and things, but there might be some who don't.
Sure. Well, of course, I'm an astrologer, and people want to know how long you've been doing that. But if I told them, it would be sound kind of a revealing of my true age. 55 years I've been studying astrology. I had my first reading 55 years ago when I was 20. And it was my sister. She was already a professional astrologer, gave me a reading for my 20th birthday. And it wasn't like I was impressed that she seemed to know so much about me. She's my sister. Like, oh, you're into sports. Well, there's balls all around the house. Yes. But the map of astrology of what that gave to me just lit a fire that never quit. It gave me a map to my world that I explored within myself. And and that's what intrigued me. I started studying the planets more than signs. I was just intrigued about all these different places within my consciousness that I did go, but this gave me a map and how to move around and then how to better understand that. And I was on my way to becoming a school teacher. That's how I met my wife, Lori. We were both elementary school teachers, but it was pretty apparent that I was more interested in their astrology charts than I was their math scores. And their parents were more interested in my views of their kids' astrology than their math scores. But it just kept moving in that direction. And then Lori and I worked together on it. And we supported our family. We've done it exclusively and supported our family. And that's gone on and on and on. So Lori handles the office and talks to clients. And she's a wonderful, gracious, informed, aware person and gets us all set up. And so it's just been a beautiful business and lifestyle and a way of understanding the world, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it'll hold my interest forever.
Oh, I'm sure it will. And you are a prime example of astrologers able to actually make a good living doing astrology, because that's one of the questions and issues that so many astrologers have. How the heck do I make money doing this? And you're a prime example.
When I was a young astrologer, I can tell a little story. And as the Seattle newspaper has the Sunday section, a thing called the Parade, local articles.
Yeah.
And this one caught my eye. It was the 10 top artists in Washington. And it was interviews with each of them. And to a person at the end, when they were asked the question, what is it that's led to your phenomenal success? And each of them said, business skills. You got to treat it like a business. You can't wait for it to become a business and then make it into a business. You got to put your honest 9 to 5 in. If you want it to be a real job, you got to put your 9 to 5 in, whether there's clients there or not. You have
Absolutely.
That's what I started doing. I do have Moon and Mars and Jupiter all in Capricorn, which is punctual to a fault. But yeah, so I still work with clients, and I like Zoom for clients. It's been a real bonus because you can actually pull up their chart, and in some ways it's more powerful to Zoom than one-to-one because you have their complete attention. If you're here in my office, Marie, you know all my phenomena, my stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Eye candy. It's like, well, that pulls her attention everywhere there, but let's just go right to
It's
this.
like, what did you say? Can you repeat that again? Absolutely. Oh my goodness. So now you're going to be giving a talk at the virtual healing retreat. And can you tell the audience just a little bit about what
I
you're
can, I
talking
can.
about? I loved your write up, by the way.
Well, I called the talk a new wind blowing because we're moving, we've seen Pluto move out of Capricorn Earth into Aquarius air, where it'll be for 20 years. And now today, the sun moved into Gemini. This week,
Yeah,
Venus and Jupiter both move into Gemini. But here, we're right on the heels of, we're still in it, some of the most positive potential astrology that we've had in years. It's not been easy being an astrologer for the last 4 years because you have a lot of grim news to tell people. It was just tough.
yeah,
And but now, all of a sudden, just this week ago, Jupiter Uranus came right together,
that's right.
like they do every 14 years. And the list of things that have started under this conjunction every 14 years, it's like a who's who in launching, from technology, the first telegraph, the first television, the first radio, the first hot air balloon that somebody left Earth, went
Mhm.
into the air, the first airplane ride, Kitty Hawk, the first landing on the moon. And then culturally, it's like Woodstock and art and music and creativity, endless. Crosby, Stills, Nash, Joni Mitchell launched, Bob Dylan, Beatles, Rolling Stones. This is all Jupiter Uranus. Their first music came out with this kind of astrology that we're in right now. And how fun to point this out. Now, Jupiter this week moves into Gemini. Now, that's in support to the Pluto and Aquarius. They're both air signs, called a trine in astrology, cooperative support. So it's going to support this Aquarius agenda, we'll say, of moving more towards a humanitarian, altruistic community. Jupiter in Gemini itself is just going to be more delightful because it's more lighthearted. It's more
Yeah,
whimsical.
yeah.
And
Gemini
Gemini
loves to have fun.
Gemini loves to have fun, and it doesn't care. It's about differences. We call it open-minded, but it's less threatened by differences than any other
Yeah,
sign. What
yeah,
does it matter? Our religion, our race, our sexual orientation? Gemini said, what's that got to do with it?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So this is going to be the first time we're going to see outer planets in support of each other. So this could be a real upliftment for people who are ready to launch something, maybe at their stage of their career is a good time too. Yes, 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 it is. But then this is going to be followed by Uranus moving into Gemini next year. Now you have two of the outer planets in harmony for the rest of the decade. I mean, that's going to be a trine. And we've since 2012, Pluto and Uranus were square one another through we've had the division in our country, the great divide, it was like a solar eclipse of 2017 in August, went right across America. And I thought, I hope that doesn't start the great American divide. And it has been. you know, but this will be a thawing of that and a melting of that and an opening of more of an intrigue in our interest together than what's different about each other. And this is just something that's what I'm going to be talking about is how to catch this wave, Earth is it's not negative to say we're in a downward spiral. We as humanity are going to rise up. I think, it's just the climate, the wars, just on and on. Doesn't need to be enumerated, but it's been perpetual, and we have to learn how to become a better version of ourselves.
Oh my God, don't we?
I mean,
This is what we've been waiting for too.
have your high self and your low self. You have your better version of yourself and your not such better version, like we all do. But we've been in the not such better version of the human species. Uh, and if we don't change, it doesn't look good. But that's what my role is. That's what I want to do is help people change, help them learn the techniques and ways to shift their energy to the higher frequency. And it is a higher frequency. This year's solar flares have electrified our world with higher frequency plasma energy. It's quickened. So it changes people's eating patterns, sleeping patterns. But if you think of it as what's happened, what is this for me rather than to me? makes a difference. It's like how to embrace this. If people are interested in consciousness growth, higher frequency, well, that's where we want to go. I want to get
Oh
to a
yeah.
higher frequency in my own life. I'm
Oh
sure
yeah.
all your listeners, and that's what our intention is. So I just like to join in the community of people with the same spirit of that. And that's what I know your conference is about, your retreat's about.
Oh, absolutely. It certainly is. That's why I do these. And I am very blessed that that you have time actually out of your busy schedule to participate in this event. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
For those of you who are interested, I will put, and I hope everybody's interested who's listening to this. I'll put the link below so that you can just click on the link and go to the Eventbrite page. If for some reason you're not able to click on the link or you don't see it, go to eventbrite.com/virtual healing retreat. You'll see it there. It is harmonizing with the cosmos. That is the theme for this retreat, happening on June 18th and 19th. It's a 2-day period. Each day is 3 hours from 4 to 7. So we will have 5 presentations and also a panel discussion on the second day where you have the opportunity to talk to the presenters and ask them your questions. I look forward to seeing you there, and please have a wonderful rest of your day.